Hi, welcome to the sun salutation flow. This practice is designed for the beginner, the level 1 student, but also awesome for any student, no matter how long you've been practicing. We'll go over some sun salutation basics and 1 or 2 options to make sun salutations more accessible during the transition. So you'll need 2 blocks if you have. If you don't have, you can use fingertips, or maybe 2 books about the same height. A blanket for comfort for your knees. Again, it's not mandatory. It's a nice thing to have so that your knees are happy. And also maybe a chair if you need. And we'll start off in a cross-legged position or any comfortable position. I'm going to sit cross-legged. If you're sitting cross-legged, either sit on a rolled blanket, rolled mat, or a block. So finding your comfortable cross-legged position. And we'll explore some movement, mobility for the shoulders to prep. So first, let's start off with the wrists. First, let's interlace the hands and circle the wrists about 10 times each direction. Around. And then bring it to center. Bring your palms together. And you're like about to take a dive forward, round through the spine into a cat-like posture. And then bend the elbows to the side and open up through the heart. Extend your arms, flip the palms up, and rotate the thumbs a little bit more back and down. Shoulder blades down to the back, and alternate, taking a dive, round, look inward, flexion and extension of the spine, shoulder blades on the back. Do that 2 more times, rhythm of your own breath. It's really important to prep the shoulders and the spine before exploring sun salutations, especially downward facing dog. Let's bring it to center. Bring your hands to your heart. And then take your arms out wide into cactus arms. And eagle arms, right elbow underneath left. You can hold on to opposite hand, the opposite shoulder. Self-love. Or back of the hands across at the wrists. And lift the elbows up and lower them down. Now, as you lower your elbows down towards your belly, shoulder blades down your back, lift your sternum. And do that 2 more times. Prep the shoulders. And the last round, keep them lifted, lift the back of the heart, and then bow inward, cat-like shape, and circle around 3 times each direction. So first we want to get unstuck in the upper back for your wings. That space in between your shoulder blades and your shoulder blades. And then we'll meet center, open up into cactus arms. And now left elbow underneath. A couple times, bringing the elbows down. Keep the back of the skull long, lift the sternum. And lift the elbows up. And do that 2 more times. Rhythm of your own breath. And we'll meet elbows up, lift the back of the heart, and then look inward. Puff up the space in between your shoulder blades. And circle around 3 times each direction, best you can, isolating the movement in the upper back. You can even let your chin follow the direction of your elbows. So you get some nice neck rolls in there. And bring it to the center, open up cactus arms, and release your hands. This time, take your arms out to the side and reach overhead. And you're going to flip the palms back, give yourself a pat on the back. Hands to the same side, shoulder blade towards. And then reach up again And as you lower the arms, flip the palms back into internal rotation, either grabbing onto your wrists or your elbows. And we'll flow between those 2 points, those 2 shapes. Pat on the back, reach up, palms down, flip them back, and best you can remember to alternate which form is on top. We'll do that 3 more times, rhythm of your own breath. Be mindful that you're not taking any sort of extreme approach to how you flow or arrive at each shape and posture. You want to make sure you're leaving enough space in the shape and the movement for your breath. Right? Less is often more. Resisting to go to the point where you're gripping or not breathing. Let's do 1 more. And after your last round, reach the arms up and bring your hands to your heart. Interlace your fingers, press the palms forward, lift the armpits, plug the arm bones back, and then reach up, right, where your arms stop. Stop there. And squeeze the arms in towards your face, and best you can, press thumb side and pinky side up to the sky evenly for 3. Back of the skull on 2. And 1. Slowly release, sweep your arms to the sides. 1 more time, hands to heart. This time interlace the weird way. So the other thumb is on the bottom. Lengthen the side body, so lift your armpits up, plug the arm bones back, and then reach up. Squeeze the biceps in. Press the thumb side and pinky side of your palms up. And allow the lifting of your arms to lift your ribs, to lengthen your spine. For another 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, release your arms to the sides. Hands and knees. So blocks nearby if you have them. And a blanket for comfort underneath your knees. Hands and knees. So your arms are vertical, wrists under shoulders, knees below the hips. And first we'll take some wrist prepping. So this is called graded exposure. I don't know if you can see my hands here. So first, wrist extension, placing your hand at a different angle that you did before and that you're not used to. Through both ranges of movement with the upper arm bones. So this was external rotation I just did, and now I'm working towards internal rotation. For less intensity, you may want to bring the hands further away from you. A couple more times. Eyeballs might be popping up. Soften your eyeballs. And center, back of the hands, wrist flexion. For this one, you may want to bring the knees closer towards your hands. And again, changing the angle where you're placing your hands, internal, external rotation. You're just pausing there for a moment. And slowly releasing. You can stand on your knees, circle your wrists, shake it out. Okay, and then hands and knees, we'll go back to all fours. Wrists below the shoulders, cat-cows. Round through the spine, into your cat, and into your cow. Melt the space in between your shoulder blades as you lift your sitting bones. Gazing slightly up. Exhale, look inward. Drop the tailbone, belly and ribs in. Drop your head. Do that 2, 3 more times, rhythm of your own breath. And then we'll meet hands and knees. Okay, so we're going to practice transitioning here. The transition of bringing your foot forward. So stay on your knees, step your right foot forward, and make your way into a lunge stance. Curl your back toes under, and feel free again now to use the blocks. You could be directly underneath your shoulders. So you're allowing the hips to sink but not collapse. So there's an element of lifting your frontal hip points And maybe letting the hips lower less than what they can do. So we don't want to be dumping into our lower back like this. Stay here or lift the blocks a little bit higher. Now, as you lift the blocks higher, be mindful again, lift those frontal hip points and you could slide the blocks back underneath your shoulders. Stay here or interlace your hands on your front thigh, press down and round inward, tilting the pelvis back. And then lift the frontal hip points, open up to the chest like cow pose. Exhale and round. And do that 3 more times, rhythm of your own breath. Rhythm of your own breath. After your last round, bring it to center and place the blocks down, hands on blocks or the ground, and step your right knee back onto all fours again. Step your left foot forward. So this would be a nice transition when you're learning how to step forward into lunging poses, especially in sun salutations or Vinyasa flow. So stay here. Again, the hips can lower down, but make sure that they're not collapsing. So have an element of hugging the front foot to the back knee to front foot. Stay here or lift the blocks higher and then walk them back. And it can looks nice and pretty and deep when I let the hips collapse, but I'm not feeling much of a stretch in the front of the thigh. It's more of a flexibility in my lower back. So I'm gonna press the left heel down and press the ball of the back foot down as well. Lifting the frontal hip points, stay here or interlace your fingers on the front thigh. And about 5 rounds of cat-cow with the pelvis and the spine. Right, and again, the hips are not collapsing forward. As I come into cat, I'm lifting my frontal hip points away from that front thigh. After your last round, we'll slowly release. Blocks on the ground and left knee back. So both knees are on the ground. Let's do that again. Flip your right foot forward. Okay. Stay here on the low blocks. Lengthen through the spine. Or slide the blocks back into a higher variation. And you're going to stay here. Energetically press front heel down and the ball of the back foot down. And lift those frontal hip points like you did for that cat-like posture. Stay here or sweep the arms up. Keep the frontal hip points lifted and you can allow the hips to come more forward. But maintain that sense of core awareness and lifting of the frontal hip points so that you're not dumping into your lower back. For 3, hold your left glute. 2, and 1. Mindfully as you can, releasing hands to the ground or to blocks. Transition by stepping the right knee back. Once the right knee is back, step the left foot forward. Staying on blocks here. So you notice my back knee is not directly underneath my right hip. There is a great variation of that also. Right now we have the right knee slightly behind. Slide the blocks back, higher, underneath, about underneath your shoulders. And curl the back toes under, hands to the front thigh. Lift the frontal hip points, so belly and ribs soften back, and then from there, reach your arms on up. Keep lifting those frontal hip points, and then you can allow the hips to lower down a little bit more. Good. Let the fingertips lift the arm bones, to lift the ribs, to lengthen the spine for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, hands down. And left knee steps back. Keep your hands on the blocks or the ground or on fingertips. Downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, reach the hips back, and make your way into downward facing dog. So we're going to use the blocks here to give us a little bit more space. To lengthen through the spine. Lift your heels and bend your knees. So press the blocks down into the ground and forward. When we bend the knees, we release normal tension in our hamstrings. We can find more length in the spine, more softness in the hip creases, and the base of the ribs. So we are accommodating a more full, nourishing breath. Let the crown of the head or the back of the skull lengthen to the space in between the blocks. And mindfully, as you can, walking your feet forward. We'll come into forward fold. For this variation, knees could be bent, let the head go, relax the shoulders from the ears. So as you stay rooted through the legs and the heels, let the spine hang heavy from your pelvis. You can shake the head out, yes and no. We'll come into a halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins, and you can keep the knees slightly bent. We're activating the muscles of the back body here, shoulder blades on your back, long spine. So make sure you're not reaching forward with your face. Keep the chin slightly tucked. And exhale, hinge the hips, bend the knees, fold forward. Now we'll root down, rise up into an extended mountain pose, and exhale, hands to your heart. We'll practice coordinating breath and movement with some half sun salutations. The best you can, allow the breath to lead the movement. Release your arms at the sides. Lift the palms out, reach up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart, hinge at the hips, bend the knees, and fold. Slide the hands up high on the shins, halfway lift on the inhale, and exhale, forward fold. Root down, rise up, extended mountain pose, sweep the arms to the sides, exhale, hands to the heart. Explore this variation. Inhale, root down, rise up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Hinge at the hips, bend knees, fold. Halfway lift, slide the hands up the shin. And exhale, fold forward. Root down, rise up, extended. And exhale, hands to your heart 3 more times, own breath. Rooting down, rising up, extended mountain pose. Forward fold. Slide the hands up the shins. And exhale, fold. Allowing your breath to be smooth as you flow through this movement with the support and direction of your breath. Allow your movements to be as if you're moving through molasses or honey. Allowing your breath to be smooth like butter or velvet. Pressing through the feet on that halfway lift. We'll meet at the top, hands to your heart. You can have palms together or overlap your hands on top of your heart. And allow the breath to be the same as when you were moving through those half sun salutations. 2 cycles, the same texture, the same pace, the same cadence of your half sun A's. We'll slowly release the arms by your sides. Root down, rise up, inhale, and exhale, hands to the heart, hinge at the hips, bend the knees, and fold. Hands to be on the ground, fingertips for a block. Halfway lift, inhale. And as you exhale, step your right foot back. The blocks could be higher up if you need. Whatever helps you create space to breathe and expand. That back leg is clear and strong, so be mindful you're not collapsing into that right hip. Top of the right thigh bone back, lengthen the spine. And you can lower the blocks down in the lowest setting. Step back into downward facing dog. Lifting the armpits. Taking the sitting bones high to the sky for this variation. And then lower down to your knees. So this could be a more accessible transition. Stepping your right foot forward. Back toes are curled under, lifting up the back knee. Top of the left thigh bone lifts up, lengthen the spine. You can lift the blocks up higher if you need. And on your next exhale, step the back foot forward as many steps as you need. Fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Root down, rise up. Extended mountain pose. And exhale, hands to your heart. Leading with the left side, root down, rise up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, soft knees, fold. Halfway lift. And exhale, left foot steps back. Coming into that low lunge, back knee lifted. Press to the right heel, reach to the back heel, lengthen through the spine. You can lower the blocks down and step it back into downward facing dog. Pressing the roots of the fingers down and forward. Lifting the pelvis up, heels towards the ground. Again, you can do the bent knee variation and allow your spine to lengthen from the pelvis. Lower down into your knees and now step your left foot forward. Back toes curled under, lift the back thigh bone up. Again, the blocks could be higher if you need more space. And on your next exhale, stepping. Many steps as you need. Right foot forward, fold forward, softness in the knees. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Root down, rise up, extended mountain pose. And exhale. Hands to your heart. Let's add on. Arms to the sides. Root down, rise up, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Right foot steps back. Exhale. Couple cycles of breath here. Lengthen through the spine. You can lower the blocks down. Stepping it back into downward facing dog. And then float forward into plank pose, into a high push-up position. Strengthen your legs as if you're in mountain pose. Shoulders from the ears, back of the skull nice and long. Lower the knees down. And then from there, slowly and mindfully lower all the way down. Forehead to the ground, tops of the feet on the ground. And first, lift your shoulders, reach your arms back behind you. So the arms are floating. Lift your face to hover, and then root the mouth up as you reach the chest forward for 3. Less is more. 2. And 1. Slowly lowering the hands down. They may have been unblocked. Curl the toes under. Sides of the waist lift away from the ground as you press back on up. And make your way into downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Stretching it out. And lower down to your knees again. Step your right foot forward. Curl the back toes under and lift up the back knee. Lengthen through the spine. And then step it forward on your exhale. Hold. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Root down, rise up, extended. And exhale. Hands to your heart. Release the arms, root down, rise up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Left foot steps back this time. Lengthen through the back heel, back of the skull. Step it back into downward facing dog, with or without the left. Plank pose. And so shoulder blades down the back and mildly broadening through the space in between the shoulder blades. Lower the knees down. And then keep the back of the waist lifting up, tailbone dropping lower all the way down. Coming into locust, tops of the feet. Make sure you're not overreaching with your face, back of the skull nice and long. And then hands down on the blocks or on the ground. Curl the toes under. Lift the sides of the waist and ribs. And then push back on up. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Let the foresides in your neck lengthen from your shoulder girdle. Lower your knees down. Left foot forward. Curl the back toes under, lift up the back knee. Lengthen through the spine, crown of the head. And on your next exhale, right? So you might need to bend that right knee. You might need a couple steps, more steps. Forward fold, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Root down, rise up. Then your mountain pose. And exhale, hands to your heart. A moment or two to notice the sense of awakening and aliveness that happens through all that breath and movement that we have explored so far. Now we'll add some standing postures to our standing aid. Release your arms at your sides, root down, rise up, inhale, and exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. As you exhale, step your right foot back. Okay, and then slide the blocks to the side. Feel free to keep them if you need. And step the left foot back into a plank pose. High push-up position. Lower the knees down. Keep the back of the waist lifting as you lower down. You come onto the tops of the feet. And again, lift the armpits, lift the shoulders, lift the face, but you're not reaching with the face. You're lifting. Face can hover. And it feels fair and friendly to you. You can press down to the hands and lengthen up into your cobra. Press the tops of the feet down, drop the pubic bone, back of the skull lifts, and then slowly make your way down. Curl the toes under. Keep the knees down, lift the ribs and the sides of the waist. Hug the thumbs in towards each other as you come on up. And then downward facing dog again, with or without blocks. And then lower the knees down. And step your right foot forward. I'm going to change angles here. Step your right foot forward. Curl your back toes under. Lift the back knee and then spin the back foot flat. So with a couple variations you can explore. One is heel to heel alignment or front heel intersecting middle of back arch. Right hand to right thigh. Make your way on up to warrior two. So pressing through the four corners of both feet and winding the right knee to the right. So this is warrior two. To an extended side angle. Take your right forearm to your right thigh, right palm up. And left bicep over left ear. From the core of the pelvis, press down through the feet. Press the right forearm down, right shoulder away from your ear. Press to the outer edge of your left foot, and from there, spin your chest to the sky. Okay, so you're not collapsing in that right forearm. Press away, finding length. Now you can stay here, or you can take a block to the outside of your right foot, tall, medium, or low. If you would like a little bit more of a challenge for 3. Remember, any amount of the pose is the pose. 2 and 1. Mindfully releasing both hands to the ground. So you lower both hands to the ground. Lower the back knee down. Actually, keep the back knee lifted and step it back into downward facing dog with or without the blocks. With or without the blocks. And then lower down to your knees. And let's step left foot forward. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, and spin the back foot flat. Rising up into warrior two, so left hand could be to left thigh. Make your way on up. So for warrior two, make sure you're pressing evenly through the four corners of the feet and taking a long enough stance that you'll possibly feel a stretch in the front of the back thigh, but not too much that you are not breathing And be mindful not collapsing like this. Want to resist collapsing in that back inner thigh. Widen the left knee to the left. Left forearm to left thigh. Left elbow, left palm up. Left shoulder away from the ear. And sweep right bicep over your right ear. Different ways to approach that. Press down through that bottom elbow. And then press down through the legs. And spin the back of your chest to the sky. Stay here, or left hand on a block. If you want to explore another variation. Press down through the legs, firm and wrap, middle of left knee down and under for 3, 2, and 1. Mindfully releasing both hands down to the ground. Step it back into your downward facing dog. Float forward into plank pose. And think up as you lower the knees down and lower all the way down. Coming into baby cobra or your cobra. Back of the skull nice and long. And slowly lower down. Push your way back on up with your knees. And then downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Lower your knees down. Step your right foot forward. Back toes curled under, lift up the back knee. Pin the back foot flat. Rise on up into warrior 2. Right, so you're coming into your warrior 2. And again, extended side angle. Right forearm to right thigh. Shoulder away from your ear. Coming back on up into warrior 2. And this time you're going to straighten out your front leg. And take the top of the right thigh going back. I'm going to flip this around so you can see. Right hand could be on the block, the outside of your right foot. So the block could be on the outside of your right foot as you extend. So my suggestion today, if you've been practicing for a while, is to do less. You may notice other areas of sensation. Or you can use a chair. You can slide it closer to you and expand out. You can also place the chair to the outside of your left, or rather your right foot, your front foot here. Explore here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend that front knee, warrior 2. You have a chair in the way, move it out of the way. We'll make our way to downward facing dog. So both hands down. And step it back. Downward facing dog. Lower down to your knees. Now step your left foot forward. Lift the back knee. Spin the back foot flat. Warrior 2. Extended. Chair or block outside of your left foot. Coming on up into warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Any ways to approach triangle pose. You can even slide the block in the middle outside of your front shin. Breathe in here. Press into the legs from the 2 halves of your pelvis. Press down, extend out for 3, 2, and 1. Warrior 2. Float the hands down. And downward facing dog. You can always lower the knees down in between also, and then make your way into downward facing dog. Plank pose, high push-up position. And exhale, knees down, lower all the way down. Your cobra pose. Always lift the shoulders first, face to hover. Press down through the tops of the feet. And then downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, keep the knees down. Lift the sides of the waist up. And hips up and back. Lower your knees down. Step your right foot forward. Lift the back knee. Spin the back foot about 45-degree angle, and you can feel free to adjust your stance. Bring your hands to your hips. Let's make our way towards a variation of warrior 1, warrior 1.5. Spin your belly and your chest to the front left corner of your mat. Left hand to left glute. Straighten the left leg, engage your left glute, and keep it engaged best you can. Bending your right knee, engage the top, the front of the left thigh, and then reach your arms up. You can stay here or spin your chest towards the front of the mat. For 3, this is one variation of warrior 1, 2, and 1. Bring the hands down, ball the back foot. Step back into downward facing dog. Again, you can lower the knees down first. Lower both knees down. Left foot forward. Curl back, toes under. Lift up the back knee. Bend the back foot about 45-degree angle. Sometimes it can be nice to take a half a step forward. Okay, and then bring your hands to your hips. Now spin your belly and your heart towards the front right corner of the mat. Right hand to right glute. Make sure it's engaged. Lengthen the front leg. Engage the right glute, especially the bottom fibers. Keep it engaged. Bend through the front knee. Front of the right thigh engaged. Stay here. Reach the arms up. And then spin your belly and your chest towards the front of the mat. Another 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hands down. Follow the back foot. And step it back. Into downward facing dog. Lower the knees down. And child's pose. Well deserved. For this child's pose, you have an option to keep the arms relatively active. With the armpits away, squeeze them towards straight. Forehead can rest on the ground, blanket or block. And slowly make your way to hands and knees. And we'll find resting pose, or feel free to meditate in a seated position or lying down. Blanket you could place underneath your head or roll it up to fill the space in between the base of your skull and your neck and the ground. For the rolled blanket, you could place underneath your knees. If you have the opportunity, make your way into your resting shape. I'm going to place the blanket underneath my knees. Wherever you are, taking your thumbs to the base of your skull, or you can interlace your hands. Lift your head slightly, tilting your chin in towards your chest so you can create traction. Base of the skull, lengthening away from the shoulders. And then release your arms about 45-degree angle. And you also have the option with knees bent, feet as wide as the mat. Knees rest in towards each other. And you can also place your hands wherever you like, lower belly, heart. Give yourself a moment or two to marinate in that internal yoga buzz you created. Allow your breath to settle. Allow the contents of your brain to settle. Notice that your heart rate is still relatively fast. So give yourself some space if you can to allow your breath and your heart to settle. And take a moment or two to reflect on any insights you may have gained about yourself, about your practice. You can offer them up to this vast ocean of consciousness. So allow yourself to be filled with peace and awareness. If you have more time or would like to rest here, feel free. If not, just slowly bend your knees, hug them into your chest. Give yourself a hug of gratitude for investing this time on your mat. And then roll on over to your right side with awareness. And now up to a comfortable seated position. Eyes could be closed, overlapping your hands on top of your heart. Think of one thing in your life that you are grateful for, no matter how big or small. We'll end together with one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Exhale. As always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste. Thank you. I look forward to practicing more breath, movement, and yoga together. Have a great day.